If I told you there are 3 completely different tax systems operating in the world right now, and that the one you're almost certainly using is the most expensive one available, what would you do with that information?
Well, as most people would say, I would want to know what the other 2 are.
Exactly. That's the right answer. But here's the thing. The tax system you're in is just one piece. There are actually 7 layers to a well-structured global life. And most successful, intelligent, globally curious people have never seen all 7 at once. Not because it's a secret, but because no single advisor, not your CPA, not your estate attorney, not your corporate lawyer, is usually responsible for more than 1 or 2 of them.
Today, we're going to give you the full map, all 7 layers, starting from 0. I'm Christophe Suchy.
And I'm Gail Warrior, and we're the co-founders of Global Citizen Consulting and the co-authors of the Global Freedom Blueprint. Let's get ready to dive into it.
Here's the situation we see most often. Someone has hired good advisors. Their tax attorney handles their tax situation. Corporate lawyers set up their company. A financial planner manages their personal investment. Private bank holds their savings. Each of those advisors is excellent at their job. Each of them sees 1 layer.
But nobody is looking at how all those layers interact. Your tax strategy affects which banking relationships you can maintain. Your citizenship affects which tax treaties apply to your business and your personal life. Your company structure affects what happens to your assets when you retire or you want to pass them on.
When you build each piece independently, which is how almost everyone builds, you get gaps you didn't know you had, not because you made bad decisions, but because no one was ever responsible for looking at all of it together.
And if you haven't built any of this yet, and you're watching this thinking, I don't have any of these layers at all, that's actually the best position to be in, because you get to build it correctly from the start. The Strategic Discovery Session is a process we designed at Global Citizen Consulting to look at all 7 layers together, in sequence, and in relationship to each other. So let's get ready to walk through each one.
Layer 1, tax residency. And let's start with a section from chapter 3 of our book that changes how most people see this. The 3 tax systems. System 1, the citizenship-based taxation. 2 countries on earth use this, only. The United States is one, and the other is Eritrea. If you're an American citizen, you owe US taxes on your worldwide income, regardless of where you live, where you work, or where your business operates.
System 2, residence-based. Now, this is how most of the world works. You owe tax to the country where you actually live. Establish genuine residency somewhere else, exit your home country's tax residency correctly, and your obligation to your home country's income tax changes dramatically.
System 3, territorial. You only owe tax on income earned inside the country. Panama, Georgia, Malaysia, Paraguay, these jurisdictions don't tax income you earn abroad at all.
Now, most Americans have spent their entire career in System 1, the most expensive one, and have never been shown that Systems 2 and 3 exist, let alone that they're fully legal and used by ordinary professionals every day.
Layer 1 in the strategic discovery is asking, given your income, your citizenship, your family, and your goals, what tax residency configuration actually makes sense for your life? Not what you're finding right now, what is genuinely available to you.
And this is the foundation. Every other layer that we're about to discuss depends on getting this one right first. Layer 2 is citizenship portfolio. Now, most people hold the passport that they were born with and have never thought about whether it serves their actual life.
If you notice, we don't use the term second passport at GCC. We use citizenship portfolio because a passport is a travel document, but a citizenship portfolio is the strategic architecture. It determines where you can live legally, where you can bank without friction, which tax treaties apply to you, and what options your family has if conditions change.
Now, there are three main pathways. First is citizenship by investment. You make a qualifying investment in a national program in exchange for citizenship. Then there's citizenship by residency. You live somewhere for a required number of years and then you can naturalize. And then there's also citizenship by ancestry. If you have a grandparent from, say, Italy, Ireland, Portugal, Spain, or many other countries, you may already be entitled to an EU passport. And ancestry-based citizenship, it's not just limited to Europe. Benin, for example, passed a law in 2024 that allows people of African descent to reclaim nationality through documented lineage, DNA testing, or family records. This opens a legal route to an African passport, residency rights, and a second nationality without ever having set foot in the country. It's a powerful reminder that ancestry-based citizenship isn't just a European strategy, but it's a global one.
Layer 2 in our strategic discovery is, what does your current passport give you, and what's the most efficient path to the optionality your life actually requires? Layer 3, banking and custody, and that's the layer people underestimate most. Banking does feel like infrastructure. You open accounts where it's convenient and you move on.
But your banking relationships carry concentrated risks that most people have never analyzed. Which jurisdictions hold your liquid assets? What happens to those accounts if you change your tax residency? What happens if regulatory changes affect your bank's relationships? Not because you did anything wrong, but because the broader financial and geopolitical environment has moved in ways that put your accounts at risk.
You know, a well-designed global setup has banking relationships in at least 2 jurisdictions and in at least 2 different financial systems. Not as a backup, as a design feature, because your money should be really as movable as you are.
Now, layer 4, it's asset domicile. Where your assets are held is not the same where they're physically located. And the gap between those two answers is where founders or even executives get surprised, usually at the worst possible moment. Real estate investment portfolios, intellectual property, equity stakes, each asset sits in a different jurisdiction. That jurisdiction has rules about how it's taxed, how it can be transferred, and what happens at exit or even death. Someone who builds a clean tax residency in a territorial tax country, but holds their investment assets in the wrong jurisdiction can still face a major tax event at exit. Layer 4 is where we map that risk before it actually surfaces.
Layer 5, operating company structure, where your business is incorporated, where it's taxed, and whether those answers match how your business actually operates in practice, not just on paper.
Many founders incorporated in, say, Delaware or the UK because that's what their investors or advisors required at the time. Their business has since grown to operate in multiple countries, employ people internationally, even earn revenue in multiple currencies. And the original structure was never revisited.
If you think about it, the structure that made sense at founding may now carry unnecessary tax exposure, regulatory complexity, or even succession risk. Layer 5 is where we identify that gap.
Exactly. Layer 6, personal mobility infrastructure. Your ability to physically and legally move across jurisdictions under normal conditions and under adverse conditions as well.
And most people assume this is solved by having a passport and a residency. It's not. What is your legal status in the countries where you spend the most time? Did you have the right to live and work there or just visit? What happens if you need to relocate quickly?
Now, this is not paranoia, but it is the same optionality thinking that good investors apply to their portfolios. You build the infrastructure when you don't need it, so it's there when you do.
Layer 7, generational succession. How your cross-border setup transfers to the next generation and whether it survives that transition. This is the layer nobody really wants to talk about. And it is, in our experience, the layer where the most value is destroyed. Your estate plan may have been drafted by a perfectly competent attorney in your primary country of residence. But if your assets touch multiple jurisdictions and your family holds citizenship in more than one country, that document may not do what you think it does. So layer 7 is where we examine how you structure transfers legally and fiscally across every jurisdiction where you have exposure. We do this before it becomes your family's problem instead of a design decision you made deliberately.
Now, you've seen all 7 layers. The reason we examine them together is not just because we want to be thorough. It's because the layers talk to each other. Your tax residency determines which of your banking relationships stay compliant. Your citizenship portfolio determines which tax treaties actually apply to your business structure. And your asset domicile determines where your succession plan actually does. You can't optimize one layer without understanding how the decision affects the others. This is why most people have gaps. Each advisor saw one layer. Nobody saw the entire network.
And the strategic discovery session is the engagement we design to examine all 7 layers in a single structured process. Phase 1 is a deep working conversation. We learn your complete picture, where you are today, what you have, and what you actually want.
In phase 2 is the analysis and pressure testing. We look at your real situation against real scenarios, not some best case assumptions.
And then phase 3. This is the written report, a specific sequence plan for each layer in the right order for your situation.
The book, The Global Freedom Blueprint, covers each of these layers in depth. And chapter 3, which we dived in a little bit today, goes deep onto the tax foundation and the 3 systems. The link is in the description below.
And if you are ready to have someone look at your specific situation, all the 7 layers together, the link for an introductory conversation is also in the description.
I'm Gail Warrior.
And I'm Christophe Suchy, and we'll see you in the next video.